Okay, so I'm going to walk you through how to reset student passwords. When it seems like they can't log on to Aspen or Canvas, a lot of times this is what you'll need to do. So first go to the Teacher Toolkit desktop icon. It'll bring you to a Canvas page. If you're not logged into Canvas, you'll need to do so, and it'll prompt you before getting to this page. Once on this page, you can find the password reset instructions. So if you click that, it'll bring you to this page. Now there is a step-by-step PDF guide that you can follow along. It gives you all the necessary links and gives you all the steps necessary to reset the student's passwords. So if that's more the route you want to go, you're more than welcome to do so. So the link that's found in that PDF, it's also put here, so you can click and get straight to it. When you click, you're going to be asked to sign in. And this is just your Active Directory, so your employee ID and the same password that you use for everything. Now a little caveat here is you can only use this when you are on the school's network, so this wouldn't work from home, but students shouldn't be asking you to reset their passwords when you're at home anyways. So you sign in. This brings you to the Active Roles default homepage. You can see you're logged in up here. The best way to proceed and how the instructions will tell you to proceed is in the search bar in the top left corner. You can search by the student's their student ID, including their S number. You can search by their last name or their first name. Usually student ID is the easiest one. So I happen to have a student ID written down. I'm not going to actually change their password, but I'd like you to actually see the process. So by typing in a student ID, it brings up the student. Now you'll know that it's the correct student if the description matches the grade level that they are in and the office location is BEA 5 because we're Bearden and that's our office location. So if you are searching by last name, it would pull up every Miller in the county, and so you would want to make sure you found the Miller that was BEA 5, 10th grade. So once you have found the correct student and you've verified that the grade and the office location have you with the right student, you can go ahead and click their name. And so over here you can see the same information I just mentioned. You've got the description, which tells you their grade, and the office number, which for Bearden is BEA 5. Now sometimes over here on the side it'll be on tree. If you click menu, it'll bring these quick links, and I think sometimes it defaults to menu, sometimes it defaults to tree. So remember, you may have to switch to menu where you see reset password. If you're having a hard time finding that, you can always use the drag down box here and go to reset password. So now that we're on the reset password screen, I usually hand the computer to the student and tell them to write their password and then write it again in the confirm password, but to not click anything. If you hit generate, it'll generate a password. That's not what we're wanting to do. And so make sure the students know that they need to write their password here and then rewrite it again identically in the confirm password box. Then when you are ready, they'll give you the computer back and you can hit finish and it'll reset their password. After you hit finish, you can exit and then you'll go back to this screen. There's nothing else that needs to be done. You can exit or log out from this point. But I always, just because I'm paranoid, I hit save, and then once I hit save, I exit. At this point, you can research another student and reset their password, or you can log out. It's very recommended that you log out. That way, if you happen to be away from your computer, students don't find this site and start changing everybody's password. So that's it. It's that simple. It's pretty instant. Students should be able to refresh their browsers and sign on to Aspen or Canvas immediately. If that doesn't work, then there's a different issue, and you can reach out to me or your TPAC coach or or whoever is working with the computer and technology, and we can try to get that answered for you. One last thing before I end is strong passwords, and I always share this with my students on passwords that are strong, that will work across all platforms. That way, sometimes if your password doesn't conform to Google, then it'll limit your ability to log on to Google Drive as a student. So the recommended password is at least one capital letter, at least one lowercase letter, and at least one number. And so this would be an example of a good password, capital Buckeyes 44. These are all examples of bad passwords. You have no lowercase here, you have no numbers here, and you have no capitals here. My personal preference, just so you can work with your students on creating strong passwords, I always like putting a symbol in there as well. So an exclamation point or a $sign or the pound symbol. So please let me know if you have any questions. I hope this helps you be able to reset your student passwords.